Alright guys, here we go. So first we are going to create, I'm gonna walk you through creating this little effect. It's really nice, so I guess we can just go ahead and start off by creating a new file. If you go to file, create new, make sure your width is at 7 inches and the height is at 4.5 inches. Resolution is at 300 and the color mode is an RGB color. Once you have all this set, just click the create button and then here we go. Alright, so first we're gonna fill the background layer with the color black. So make sure your foreground over here is color black, and then with this selected, hold Alt and press backspace. They should have created a fill on with a color black on your layer. So now we are gonna create a new layer. Call this one metal, because this is gonna be the color of the metal filter type of thing. Alright, so with the metal selected, go to the edit menu, put in the fill, choose the color option, so do that, and then over here on the colors 195, 195 and 195 for the red, green and blue colors. If not, you can just go down a little bit, but I like to use, or try 121, 129, 129 and 129. That would also make for a good color. So click that and then press OK. And then now we're gonna add the more metallic filling to the metal layer. So make sure you have the metal layer selected, and then go to your filter menu. We're gonna go down to noise and then add noise. The amount you want it to be 150. Gaussian blur has to be on, and also turn on the monochromatic option. This is gonna be what it looks like, so just press OK. And then with this layer also selected, we're gonna go back again to filter. We're gonna go to blur. We're gonna go to motion blur. Make sure your angle is a -10 and the distance is at 200 pixels. Click OK, and you're good to go for the metal part of it. Now we are going to type T for your text tool. Make sure your font is an AR Julian, so you click that. The size is gonna be 140, and you just click wherever, and then you're gonna type the word light. Make sure your caps on, because it's gonna look a lot better. So with the move tool, you're gonna grab your light text layer and put it in the middle, both horizontally and vertically. So here we go right here. We got it set up, and then we're gonna make sure the metal layer is on top of your text layer for this in order to work. So once you have this set up right here, the metal on top of the light, you're gonna hold Alt in between the layers between metal and light, and once you get that little square with the arrow, you're gonna click it, and that is going to create a clipping mask to the text layer. So as you can see, you have the metal layer inside of your text. So that's a really cool little trick right there if you want to do more things with this. Alright, so next we are going to make this more believable. So have the text layer selected, double click it, and then go up to the layer style. This is your layer style window. Okay, so we're gonna be working a lot with this. So first we're gonna do the bevel and emboss. Make sure the style is an inner bevel, the technique is in chisel hard, the depth is in 500, the direction is up, size make sure it's 7 pixels, and the soften is 0 pixels. Now we're gonna go down to shading. The angle, we're gonna change this to 120. We're gonna use global light. The altitude is 30 degrees. click on the class contour and make sure you have it on ring. Alright, so with this, also click anti-aliased. I don't know how to say that, but there you go. Make sure this thing is on. And after that, you are done with bevel and emboss. So we're gonna also go to gradient overlay because we want to put a gradient on this. So on the blend mode, you want to go to overlay. Make sure this is on overlay. The opacity, I found that 100% works a lot better, so might as well just do that 100%. The gradient, if you click right here, it has to be on the first one. Usually that's the default, so it's the foreground to background. Press OK, and then press OK again. As you can see, this is the preview. We are doing very well. It looks more believable. So there you go. Alright, now we are still not done with the layer style, so we're gonna add more layer styles to this. So double click next to the text layer to bring your layer style menu again, and this time we're gonna go to inner glow. Inner glow is gonna give it that vibrance color, you know, it's gonna be really cool. So the blend mode, we want it to be on screen. The opacity wants to be 35%. The noise, we are gonna make it 0%. And then after that, we are gonna go down to outer glow. And then the blend mode is gonna be vivid light. Opacity is gonna be 100%. The noise is gonna be 0%, my bad. So as you can see right here, it's 0%. Make sure that is the way it is showing on the screen right here. Also, next we are going to add a new layer on top of all the layers. So right here, for now, you are good to go. So click OK. Make sure you press on the metal layer, and then right here on the bottom panel, click the icon next to the trash can. It should pop out to say create a new layer, so you create that. And for this, we're gonna name it highlights. So highlights. Oops, I can't spell. Alright, click enter to make sure that layer is selected. And we're gonna add some clouds effect, just to make sure, you know, it looks more believable and stuff like that. So with the layer highlight created, go to filter, go down to render, and then clouds. Now you should get this effect. It is very I don't know how to say it, but it's cool. We are also going to blur it because this wouldn't seem more believable if we didn't blur it. So with the blur effect and option, we are going to click the Gaussian blur. We are going to have the radius at 10.0 pixels or just 10, whichever one works for you. You press OK. Alright, so that dimmed it out a little bit, as you can see. And now we are going to create another clipping mask. So like I said before, hold Alt and then click in between, and there you go. You should have the clouds inside of your text. Now we're gonna create a layer mask just to make sure we delete some of the black spots right here. So we're with the highlight layer selected, click down here where it says add layer mask. Once we click it, you're gonna see a second window pop out. Make sure this one's selected, then go to your brush, switch your colors to the default colors, which is black on the foreground, and then size up your brush and start clicking around just to make sure, you know, you can see the metal finish, sort of finish, popping into light. All right, perfect. I think that should be good. And now you can just click on the move tool just to make sure you don't mess up anything else. All right, so we are going to put all of these into, oops, that was my bad. We're gonna put all of this into a group, so hold shift, click the highlights, and all the way down to the text. Over here there's a folder, click that. On the group one, we're gonna put text. We're gonna name it that because it involves everything that goes with the text layers. Alright, once you have this done, we're gonna add a little bit of an effect to the light, to the background, so it doesn't look too plain. So on the background there, make sure you click the little locked over here to unlock this layer so you can mess with it. Right now we should name it not highlight, let's put flare, because that's pretty much what we're gonna do. We're gonna, with this flare selected, go to the filter menu and then the render, and then on the bottom it should say lens flare, so click that. On this little window that popped up, you're gonna make sure the lens flare is roughly in the middle and the flares are like on top of it, like right there. That would be nice. The brightness, bring it up to 100%, and the lens type, make sure it's on the 50 to 300 millimeter zoom. Once you have that, just click OK, and bam, you should have this already. With this selected, it looks alright, but we're gonna make it more greenish with a bluish color. So click your adjustments layer, go down to the hue and saturation window, I guess. On the hue, I would put 166 for the hue to get that greenish bluish look, and the saturation you are gonna put -28. Click enter and bam, you should have that. Now it looks really good, but we're gonna go a step further just to make it more realistic, more in-depth. So now you are gonna go back to the text layer, open up the group right here, go to the text layer, double click it one more time to get your layer style window, and then you're gonna go down to pattern overlay. This is gonna create a cool little effect inside of there. So to get this effect, the blend mode has to be on overlay. The opacity works well with 25%. The pattern is going to be black marble. Now if you don't have the black marble option, click right here the gear icon, and then you're gonna go down to rock patterns. This is gonna go, and then click append. You just need to add it. So this will give you that option, so you can put black marble into your text layer. So with that, you are all set to go. So click OK, and bam, there you go. You should have this effect right here. It looks really nice. You can use whatever word that you like, but this is for that effect. Alright guys, well, thank you for listening, and thank you for tuning in, and make sure you follow, give it a like, or comment below what you like. Thank you very much. Have a good day, guys. Bye.